and procure my fall, and by the doom of death end woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity of discord which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke to merchants our well-dealing countrymen, who, wanting guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed his rigorous statutes with their blood, excludes all pity from our threatening looks. For since the morsel and incessant jars twixt thy serious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synods be decreed, both by the Syracusans and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay more, if any born at Ephesus be seen at Syracusan mars and fairs, again, if any Syracusan born come to the bay of Ephesus, he dies. His good confiscate to the Duke's dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied, to quit the penalty and to ransom him. Thy substance valued at the highest rate cannot amount unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet this my comfort when your words are done. My woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusian, say in brief the cause why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not have been imposed than I to speak my grief unspeakable. Yet, that the world may witness that my end was wrought by nature, not by vile offence, I'll utter what my sorrow gives me leave. In Syracuse I was born and wed unto a woman happy but for me, and by me had our hap not been bad. With her I lived in joy. Our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made Epidamnum until my factor's death. And the great care of goods at random left drew me from kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old, before herself, almost at fainting under the pleasing punishment that women bear, made provision for her following me, and soon and safe arrived where I was. There she had not been long, but she became a joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, which was strange, one so like the other, they could not be distinguished but by names. That very hour, and in the self-same inn, a mean woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins, both alike. Those, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motion for our return home. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard. A league from Epidamnum we had sailed, before the always wind-obeying deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer did we not retain much hope, for what obscured light the heavens did grant, did but convey unto our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of immediate death, which, though myself would have gladly embraced, yet the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping for what she saw must come, and piteous plannings of pretty babes that mourn for fashion, eager of what to fear, forced me to seek delays for them and me. And this it was, for other means was none. The sailors sought for safety by our boat, and left the ship, then sinking right to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him unto a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like heedful of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I, fixing our eyes on whom our care was fixed, fastened ourselves at either end of the mast, and floating straight, obedient to the stream, was carried towards Corinth, as we thought. At length the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those vapours that offended us, and by the benefit of this wished light, the seas waxed calm, and we discovered 2 ships from far making amain to us, of Corinth that, of Epidaurus this. But ere they came, oh, let me say no more. Gather the sequel by the bent before.
Nay, forward, old man, do not break off so, for we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Oh, had the gods done so, I had not now worthily termed them merciless to us. For where the ships could not meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon our helpful ship, was splitted in the midst, so that in this unjust divorce of us, fortune had left to both of us alike, what to delight in, what to sorrow for. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind. And in our sight they 3 were taken up by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought. At length another ship had seized on us, and, knowing whom it was their hap to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishes of their prey, had not their bark been very slow of sail. And therefore homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you heard me severed from my bliss, that my misfortunate life was prolonged to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favour to dilate at full what have befallen of them and thee till now.
My youngest boy, and yet my eldest care, at 18 years became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, so his case was like, reft of his brother, but retained his name, might bear him company in the quest of him, whom whilst I laboured of a love to see, I hazarded of the loss whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, or that or any place that harbours men. But here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me they live.
Helpless Edrion, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now trust me, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, and my dignity, which princes would they may not dismal, my soul should soothe as an advocate for thee. For though thou art adjudged to the death, and passed sentence may not be recalled, but to our honour's great disparagement, yet I will favour thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I limit thee this day, to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus, beg thou or borrow to make up the sum, and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to custody.
I will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegeon wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Therefore give out that you are of epidemium, let the goods you soon confiscate is apprehended. This very day a Syracusan merchant is apprehended for arriving here, and, not being able to buy out his own life according to the stature of the town, dies here the weary sunset in the west. Here is your money that I had to keep.
Go bear it to the centaur, where we host, and stay there, Dromio, until I come to thee. Within this hour it will be dinner time. Till that, I'll wander about the town, peruse the trades, gaze upon the buildings, and then go and sleep within mine inn, for with long travel I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word and go indeed, having so good a mean.
I trust thee, villain, sir, that very oft when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humour with his merry jests. What will you walk about the town with me, and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I am invited, sir, to certain merchants of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon at 5 o'clock, please you, I will meet with you upon the mart, and afterwards consort you till bedtime. My present business calls you from me now.
Farewell till then. I'll go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to mine own content, commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water, who, falling there to find his fellow forth unseen inquisitive, compounds himself. So I, to find a mother and a brother, unhappy, lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How chance the watch return so soon?
Return so soon? Rather approach too late, the capon burns, the pig falls from the spit.
The clock hath struck 12 upon the bell.
My mistress made it 1 upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home having have no stomach. Have no stomach having broke your fast. But we who know what is to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where is the money that I gave you?
6pence I had Wednesday last. Paid the saddler for my mistress's crupper. The saddler had it, sir. I kept it not.
I am not in a sport of humour now. Tell me and dally not, where is the money? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge on thine own custody?
I pray you, jester, as you sit at dinner. I from my mistress come to you in post. If I return, I shall be post indeed. She will scour your fault upon my pate. Methinks you're more like mine should be your clock, and strike you home without a messenger.
Come, sir knave, outdo your foolishness, and tell me where's the gold that I gave you?
Right, sir, you gave no gold to me.
Now, as I'm a Christian, answer me in what safe place you have bestowed my money, or I shall break that merry sconce of yours that stands on tricks when I am undisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks thou hadst of me?
You gave no gold to me.
Where's the 1,000 marks?
Right. All I was meant to do was go to the mart to fetch you home to dinner, the Phoenix. My sister, your worship's wife, and her sister stays for you.
Thy mistress? What mistress, slave, hast thou?
Your worship's wife! My mistress, she that stays and fasts till you come home to dinner, and prays that you hire your home to dinner.
What wilt thou flap me thus into my face? Being forbid. There! Take the thou,
I
slave!
need you, sir. For God's sake, hold your hands. Nay, and you will not. I will take my heels.
Upon my life, by some device or other, the villain is a roll to borrow my money. They say this town is full of cousinage. There's nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark-working sorcerers that deform the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body. Out of the mart, and never Dromio stay. Finish it, put out, and straight away.
Neither my husband nor the slave returns that in such haste I sent to see his master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2 o'clock. Perhaps a merchant has invited him, and from the mart elsewhere he's gone to dinner. If so, sister, may his style never fret. Man is master of his liberty, time is his master, and when he sees it, he will go or come. If so, be patient, sister. Why should their liberty than ours be more? Because their business still lies out at door. Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill. Now you are the bride of his will. There's none but asses will be bridled so. Well, headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situated under heaven's eye but how is bound in earth and sea and sky. The beasts, the fishes, the winged fowls, they are masters of they are the male subjects and under their controls. Man more divine masters of these. Lords of the wild world and wild watery seas, endued with intellectual sense and soul, with more preeminence than the fish and fowls. They are masters of their females and their lords. Then let their will attend your court. This servitude makes you to keep unwed. What this? The worries the marriage bet. But were you wedded, you would bear some sway. Ere I loon, love, I will loon to obey. How? If your husband starts some other work till he comes home again, I will beseech. Patience unmoved. No marvel though she pause, there can be meat that have no other cause. A wretched soul, bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry. But were we burdened with like weight of pain, as much or more we should ourselves complain. So thou, that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging helpless patience would relieve me. But if thou live to see like bereft, this full-begged patience in thee will be left. Well, I will marry, but to try. Here comes your match. Now is your husband nigh. Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
Nay. To two-hand with me, and that my two is can witness.
Say, didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Aye, he told his mind upon mine ears. The truest hands I scarce could understand it.
Speak he so that thou couldst not understand him.
Nay, he struck too plainly, I could too well feel his blows. But also doubtfully, I could scarce understand them.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? Seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, mistress, sure, my master is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain!
I mean not cuckold mad, but sure, he is stark mad. When I desired him to come home to dinner, he desired 1,000 marks of me. "'Tis dinner time," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Your meat doth burn," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he.
So that my errand, due unto my tongue, I thank him. I bear home upon my shoulders. In conclusion, he did beat me there.
Go back again, thou slave, and fetch him home.
Go back again? And be you beaten head, for God's sake, send some of the messenger.
Back, slave, or I will break thy pate with cross.
Aye. And he will bless thy pate with another beating. Between you I shall have the holy page.
Hence, kind peasant, and fetch thy master home!
Am I to go round with you, as you with me, that like a football, you will spur me thus? He will spur me hence, and I will spur thee hither. If I shall survive in this service, you must hate me another!
Why? Your patience starts in your face. His company must have visited me in disgrace, whilst I at home starve for a merry look. At home the age the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek, then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull? Fair by wit? If voluble and sharp discourse be more, unkindness blunts it more than marble hard. Do their gay vestments his affections bait? That is not my fault. He is master of my state. What ruins are in me that can be found by him not ruined? Then he is the ground of my defeatures. My decayed fare a sunny look of his would soon repair. But too unruly dear, he breaks the pail and feeds from home. Poor I am but his stale. Self-harming jealousy, fie, beat it hen. Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth roam much otherwhere, or else what lets it but he would be here? Sister! You know he promised me a chain. Would that a love he would detain, so he would keep fair quarter with his bed. See, the jewel-vest enamel will lose its beauty. Yet the gold bides still, that others touch, and often touching will wear gold. Yet no man that hath a name, by falsehood and corruption doth it shame. Since that thy beauty cannot please his eye, I'll weep what's left away, and weeping, die! How many fond fools serve such mad jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe at the centaur, and the hateful slave is wandered forth in care to seek me out. By mine host's report and mine own computation, I could not speak with Dromio as since at first I sent him from the mart. See, here he comes! What now? Is your merry humour altered? As you love strokes, so jest with me again. You know no centaur, you receive no gold. Your mistress sent to have me home for dinner. Wast thou mad that thus so madly didst thou answer me?
What answer, sir? Whence spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I did not see you, since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt and told me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou felt I was displeased.
I am glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest? I pray you, master, tell me.
Yea, dost thou flout me and jeer in me in the teeth? Thinkest thou I jest?
Oh,
Ah!
oh, ah!
Take that!
Hold, sir! For God's sake! Now your jest is earnest! Upon what bargain do you give it me?
Because that I familiarly sometimes do use you as my fool and chat with you, your sauciness will make a jest upon my love, and make a comment of my serious hours. When the sun shines, let foolish gnats make sport. But creep in crannies when he hides in beams. If you will jest with me, know my aspect, and fashion your demeanour to my looks, or I will beat this method in your sconce.
Sconce? Call you it? So you would leave battering. I'd rather have it ahead, and you use these blows long. I must get a sconce for my head, and ensconce it too, else I shall seek my wit in my shoulders. But I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, sir, and wherefore, for they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why, first for flouting me, and then wherefore for urging it the second time to me.
Was there ever any man beaten out of season wherein the why and the wherefore is neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
For this something that you gave me for nothing!
In good time, sir. What's that?
No, I mean, I don't think it's dinner time yet. I think the meat wants what I have, and that would be basting.
Ah, then it will be dry.
If it be, sir, I pray you eat none of it.
By what rule, sir?
Well, because it would make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, land suggests in good time. There's a time for all things.
I durst have denied that before you were so choleric.
Your reason?
Well, there's no time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
Can you not do it by fine and recovery?
Maybe to pay a fine for a periwig and recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time such a thief of hair, being so plentiful it is as an excrement?
Because it is a blessing that he bestows upon beasts, and when he hath scanted men in hair, he hath given them in wit.
Why, but there's many a man hath more hair than wit.
Not a man of those that he hath the wit to lose his hair.
For what reason?
Well, for two, and sound ones too.
Nay, not sound, I pray you.
Sure ones then.
Nay, not sure, and a thing...
Certain ones then.
Name, then.
Fine. The one, to save the money that he spends in tiring. The other, so that at dinner time they should not drop in his porridge.
You would all this time have proved there is no time for all things.
I durst prove to know that. And, Harry, and did so. Namely, even time to recover hair lost by nature.
But your reason was not substantial as to why there is no time to recover.
Well, thus I mend it. Time himself is bold, and therefore, to the world's end, will have bold followers.
I knew it would be a bold conclusion.
Oh.
But soft. Who wants us yonder?
I, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou an urgence wouldst bow, that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing in thine eye, that never touched while welcome thy hand, that never meat sweet savour in thy taste, unless I spake, or looked, or touched, or carved to thee. Oh, how comes it now, my husband? Oh, how comes it that thou art then estranged from thyself? Thyself, I call it, being strange to me, but undividable, incorporate, and better than thy dear self's better part. Oh, do not tear thyself away from me. For no, my love, as easy mayst thou fall a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled thence that drop again, without addition or diminishing, and as take myself from thee, and not me too. How dearly would it touch thee to the quick, shouldst thou but hear I were licentious, and that this body, consecrate to thee, by ruffian lust should be contaminate. Wouldst thou not spit at me, and spurn at me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and tear the stained skin off my harlot brow, and from my false hand cut the wedding ring, and break it with a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, and therefore see thou do it. I am possessed with an adulterate blot. My blood is mingled with the crime of lust, for if we two be one, and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being strumpeted by thy contagion. Keep then fair league and truce with thy true bed. I live disdained, thou undishonored.
Plead you to me, fair dame. I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old. As plain unto your town as to your talk. To every word by all my wit being scanned, wants wit in all one word to understand.
Fine, brother, how the world has changed in you. Where were you wont to seek news my sister such? She sent for you by Dromio, home for dinner.
By Dromio?
By me.
By thee. And that this thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Didst thou converse so with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact?
Why, sir, I never spake with her in all my life.
Then thou liest, for even her very words didst thou deliver to me on the mart.
I did not see her till this time.
How can she thus know but us by our names? Unless it be by inspiration.
How ill it agrees with your gravity, to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my mood? Be it my wrong you are from me exempt, but wrong not that wrong with a more contempt. Come, I will pass on to sleep thine. Thou art an elm, my husband. If aught possesses thee from me, it is dross, usurping ivy, briar, or idle moss, who, all for want of pruning with intrusion, infect thy sap, and live on thy confusion.
To me she speaks, and moves me for her theme. What was I married to her, my dream? Or sleep I now and think I dream all this? What earth dries our eyes and ears amiss? Until I know the sure and certainty, I'll entertain the upward fallacy.
Dromio, go and get the servants ready for dinner.
Oh, for my feet! Across me for a sinner. This is the fairyland! Oh, spite of spites! We talk with goblins, owls, and sprites. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck out our breath or pinch us black and blue.
Why they press themselves and answer not? Dromio, thy snail, thy slut, thy sot!
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and so am I.
No, no, in my mind and in my body.
Hast thou an own form?
No, no, no. I am an ape.
If I change, thou is an ass!
Oh, 'tis true. She rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis so, I am an ass. Else it could never be that I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come. Come! No longer will I be the fool to put the finger in the eye and weep, whilst man and master laughs my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Husband, I'll dine above with you today, and shrive you with 1,000 idle pranks. Sirrah, if any ask you for your master, say he dines forth, and let no creature enter. Come, sister. Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking? Mad or well advised? Known unto these and to myself disguised, I'll say as they say, and persevere so. And in this mist, at all adventures go.
Master, shall I be porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter, lest I break your pate. Come, come. Let us dine too late.
Good Signor Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is Jewish when I keep your towers. So that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her carcanet, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down. He met me on the mart, and that I beat him, and charged him with 1,000 marks in gold. But I did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard thou. What didst thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know. Now you beat me at the mark, I have your hand to show. If the skin were parchment, and the blows you gave were ink, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Marry, so it doth appear by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. I should keep being kicked, being not that part. You would keep from my heels and beware of an ass.
You're sad. Signor Balthazar, pray God our cheer may answer my goodwill and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and you're welcome, dear.
Oh, Signor Balthazar, either at flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common, that every churl affords.
And welcome more common, for that's nothing but words.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast.
Ay, to a stingy host and most sparing guest. But though my cates be mean, take them in good part. Better cheer may you have, but not with better heart. But stop, my door is locked. Go bid them let us in.
Old! Bridget! Marion! Cicely! Gillian!
Jim! Mome, Maltose, Capon, Coxcomb, Idiot, Patch. Either get thee from the door, or sit down at the hatch. Dost thou conjure for wenches, that thou call'st for such store, when one is too many? Go, get thee from the door.
What patch has made our porter? My master stays in the street!
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on his feet.
Who talks within there? Ho! Open the door!
Right, sir, you'll tell me when, and I'll tell you wherefore?
Wherefore? For my dinner, I have not dined today.
Nor today, fear you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keeps me up from my house over? I own.
The porter for this time is Sarah, and my name is Dromio.
Oh, villain! Thou hast sold both mine office and my name! The one name got me credit, the other me call blame. Thou hast been Dromio today in the place. Thou wouldst have changed thy face for a name, or thy name for an ass.
What a coil is there, Dromio? Who is at the gate?
Let my master in loose.
Faith, no, he comes too late.
Lord, I must laugh. How about you with a proverb? Shall I set in my star?
How about you in another? That's when... How can you tell?
If thy name be called Luce, thou hast answered him well.
Do you hear me, minion? You should let us in, I hope.
I thought to have asked you.
And you said no.
Oh, so come help! Well struck, there was blow for blow!
Now, baggage, let me in.
Mistake?
Master, not the door.
Let him knock till it's 8.
You'll cry for this minion till I blow the door down.
What needs all that in a pair of stocks in the town? Who is that at the door that keeps all this noise?
My troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife? Surname? Go, get you from the door.
If you went in pain, master, this knave would go sore!
Here is neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either.
In debating which was best, we shall part with neither.
They stand at the door, master. Bid them welcome hither.
There's something in the wind that we cannot get in.
You would say so, master, if your garments weren't thin. Your cake is warm within. You stand here in the cold. You make a man mad to the buck to be so bought and sold.
Go fetch me something. I'll break open the gate.
Break any breaking here, and I'll break your knave's paint.
A man may break a word with you, sir, and words are but wit. Aye, and breaks in your face, so we break it not behind.
It seems thou wants breaking. Out upon thee, hind!
Ah, here is in too much house body. I pray thee, let me in! Road without a feather, master, mean you so? For a fish without a fish, there's a foal without a feather. Ear and crow, help us in, Cyril, we'll pluck and grow together.
Joe, get thee gone. Fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir! Oh, let it not be so. Herein you war against your reputation, and against the purpose of suspect the unviolated honor of your wife. Whence this, your long experience of her wisdom, her sober virtue, years, and modesty plead on her part, and cause to you unknown. And doubt not, sir, but you will well excuse why at this time the doors remain against you. Be ruled by me. Depart in patience, and let us to the tiger ultimate. And about evening, come yourself alone to know the reason of this strange restraint. If by strong hand you offer to break in now in the stirring passage of the day, a vulgar comment will be made of it. And that supposed by the common route against your yet ungallant estimation, that may with foul intrusion enter in, and dwell upon your grave when you are dead. For slander lives upon succession, forever housed to where it gets possession.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and despite of mirth, mean to be merry. I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty and witty, wild and yet too gentle. There will we dine, this woman that I mean, my wife, but I protest, without desert, hath oftentimes upbraided me withal. To her we will go to dinner. Get you home and fetch the chain, by this I know 'tis made. Bring it, pray you, to the Porpentine, for where's the house? The chain will I bestow, be it for nothing but to spite my wife. Upon my hook is there. Good sir, make haste. Sir, mine own doors refuse to entertain me. I'll knock elsewhere to see if thou disdain me.
I'll meet you at that same place, an hour hence.
Do so. This jest shall cost me some expense.